Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427's to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and well, you actually tuned into, of course, the previous thoughts video that I posted well over an hour ago for sure. So yeah, good for you, and I'm glad you actually stuck around from what I can gather. So yeah. And of course, just like I promised, I did manage to do a double feature not too long ago for sure. So I'm treating all of you guys with, of course, 2 thoughts videos for the price of 1. So yeah, I always do love it when I actually give you guys 2 thoughts videos whenever I do a double feature on hands down, and yeah, I'm glad I'm doing that with, of course, pretty much with not only the last film that I talked about, but this one I'm talking about as well. So yeah. That is, of course, what we're going to be talking about here today. So I guess it's after the last thoughts video that I did, I actually got the privilege to see another movie that just dropped very recently for sure that I decided to talk about for all of you guys. And of course, just like I promised from the previous thoughts video, we're pretty much shifting gears, going from a little something from Disney to actually give you guys a little something that's given to us from Universal. So yeah, really do love shifting gears from going from one studio to another hands down, and surprisingly enough, appropriately enough, seeing how it is October and Halloween is right around the corner for sure, I think it's about time that we get ourselves treated with, of course, a horror movie hands down. So yeah, and I guess pretty much, if anything, pretty much when it comes to horror movies from what I can gather, yeah, I think it's about time that we return to, of course, pretty much a little something that's given to us from a well-known horror movie studio that Universal has actually got a great relationship with for sure, and that being, of course, Blumhouse. So yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything from what I can gather, sure, I think they do have their ups and downs for sure, but I guess every once in a while, Blumhouse is guaranteed to actually give us something pretty good every once in a while to really get us in pretty much in a really creepy mood when it comes to a good amount of horror flicks that they've actually put out for sure. So yeah. And I guess it is quite interesting seeing how I did actually talk about a good number of their films in the past for sure. And yeah, in the case of course, this one we're going to be talking about for sure. Yeah, it looks like we're finally treating ourselves to a really good one from them, hands down for sure. So yeah, maybe I guess it's probably been a long time coming, but I've came to expect it hands down. So yeah, I guess with that being said, for of course today's movie we're going to be talking about here today, well, I think I'm pretty much long overdue to officially talk about this subject matter for sure in connection with today's movie, hands down. But I might as well make it up for it now from what I can gather. And surprisingly enough, it might actually revolve around a certain call that's given to us from a phone, all in black. And given to what I've actually said, hands down, that will probably get you the idea of course, what I'm talking about here today. But in case you're actually quite curious, yeah, I think I might as well go ahead and reveal it to all of you guys right now. So yeah, looks like following up to what I talked about Tron Ares for sure, I think it's time to finally talk about another movie that I got to see as part of my double feature that I did some time ago, which is none other than Black Phone 2. So yeah, that is of course what we're going to be talking about here today. Not only is this the latest film that just came out not too long ago, but it's also the sequel to one of their most well-known to one of Blumhouse's well-known movies that they put out in recent years, and that being of course on The Black Phone, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say of course that front. Alright then, well, before I could go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I think it makes sense for me to finally give you guys my thoughts on the first Black Phone movie, hands down, and honestly, I didn't see it around the time it came out, for sure, because I was a little bit too preoccupied with other things from what I could gather. But I actually did hear really good things about that said movie for sure, so I managed to get myself in to officially see it for sure, and yeah, to me, I really do think it's actually a really solid horror flick in my opinion. So yeah, I really do love the really nice and engaging story that they put together for sure. It's actually got some really good, interesting characters, and of course some really creepy and atmospheric imagery that really kind of sitting for pretty much in one frightening good time, hands down. And of course, it actually did also give us some pretty good acting from what I could gather, especially from, of course, Ethan Hawke as, of course, the main antagonist in, of course, this movie, The Grabber. So yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, I really do think pretty much when it comes to some really good movies from Blumhouse for sure, yeah, you would definitely find the Black Phone as one of their more recent examples that they actually have provided for sure. So yeah, and I say it is definitely pretty much a must-watch movie that you would definitely put on for sure around this time or any time in general for sure. But yeah. But I guess if anything, I think right around this time would be good enough to put it on for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much if anything, I really do like the first Black Phone movie, hands down, and I really do think it is actually a very solid flick in my opinion, hands down. So yeah, I guess I give it to all that where I actually saw the trailers for, of course, the sequel. I got myself quite curious to see on how they're going to pull this one off, hands down, since after what we got in the first film, from what I can gather. So that is, of course, what got me quite curious about this movie for sure. So yeah. So, of course, I managed to get myself in to officially see this movie as part of my double feature that I did not too long ago, all thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas for letting me do that. You guys rock, so yeah, and of course, now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing it, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I think you're going to be quite surprised to hear it, but I actually really do like this movie, hands down, so yeah. I mean, okay, I guess pretty much from what I actually seeing, I really don't think it's actually as strong as, of course, the first movie, hands down, and it's not by all means great, but I really do think it's actually a really good follow-up, hands down, and it actually gave us pretty much what's been given to us, hands down, and I really do like it on what they actually on what they've actually provided hands down. So yeah, I guess for what it is, I actually really do like this movie from what I can gather. I really do think it's actually a really good follow-up all the way. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got the short version out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about everything that I need to talk about for sure. For starters is, of course, the story, and yeah, I think with what I've actually seen, I really do like what they actually did with, of course, the story in this movie, hands down, and pretty much picking up where the first film left us off for sure, and actually continue it in a way that really got me intrigued from what I could gather. I mean, sure, yeah, there are a few bumps, like a few plot holes from what I can gather that did almost kind of derail the flick from what I've actually seen. But I really do like what they've actually provided, hands down, and yeah, some of the nice and unique ideas that they actually throw into the mix to try and make this movie work, I really do think is actually quite nice in my opinion, that really got me invested all the way that I'm just quite curious to see on how they're going to pull it off, hands down, and they accomplished that quite well in my opinion, so yeah, that's at least what I can say for the story and, of course, this movie. Now, as for the writing, I have to say, yeah, that too alone, I really do think they've actually crafted a really nice script when it comes to the film's writing for sure. I mean, yeah, I think there are some parts of it that I do think could have used a little rewrite here and there, hands down, but I really do like the way they've actually crafted pretty much this film's screenplay from what I could gather that I really do think really flows out quite well throughout the course of this movie, and yeah, I think they did accomplish that quite well in my opinion, that I really do think they've really got going on for sure, that really got me invested all the way, So yeah, either way, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front, hands down. So yeah, I really do like what they did with the story and the writing for, of course, this movie. And yeah, I think there are some parts of it that I do think could have pretty much been fixed up, or maybe give like a little rewrite here and there, but I really do like some of the nice themes and ideas that they actually did to really keep the love and spirit of course, the first film going with, of course, this one. And they accomplished that quite well. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, on that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things I need to talk about, to which, obviously enough, next up is, of course, the characters, and yeah, I guess pretty much since after we've seen them in, of course, the first film, yeah, the characters in, of course, this movie, I really do love on how much they've grown a whole lot since we've actually seen them in the first film, hands down, and yeah, I really do like what they actually did with, of course, what they did with them in, of course, this film, hands down. They're each given some really nice development all the way that I really do follow through to really make them likable and interesting. And I really do admire what they actually did. They've really grown a whole lot since we've last seen them for sure, and actually have a good understanding on what problems that they need to overcome, hands down, and how they're going to get out of this situation for sure. So yeah, I think it's what I can say for, of course, the characters, hands down, and I really do admire on what they actually did, and of course, this one for sure. And of course, for all the actors that came aboard to play all these characters, yeah, obviously enough, I really do think they gave us such pretty good performances, in my opinion, that I really do love and admire all the way. So So yeah, obviously enough, pretty much of anything, pretty much for both Finn and Gwen, played again by, of course, Mason Thames, and of course, Madeline McGraw. I really do think they really did give us such good performances, in my opinion, that I really do think actually really help make this movie drive very well, hands down. And I really do admire their commitment all the way. And of course, seeing Ethan Hawke as, of course, the grabber again, yeah, obviously enough, he was a massive standout in, of course, the first movie, hands down, and he didn't disappoint in, of course, this movie, from what I can gather. I really do think Ethan Hawke's performance in, of course, this movie really is a massive standout, much like with what he did previously in the last film, hands down. So yeah. I guess pretty much of anything, I really do admire the commitment they actually did to really give off such investment in their performances, hands down. And for while it's not really that great or even Oscar-worthy, from what I can gather, I really do think it is actually quite good, in my opinion. That I really do think works quite well to the movie's advantage, from what I can gather. So yeah. I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. Really love what how much the characters have actually grown, and the actors still gave off such pretty good performances, in my opinion, hands down. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, well, now that I've officially got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Quite a whole lot, actually. So yeah, and seeing how this is indeed a horror movie, hands down, I think we should talk about the one aspect when it comes to horror movies, hands down, and that being, of course, the tongue atmosphere, for sure. And yeah, I think with what I've actually seen by far, I really do love what they actually did with, of course, the tongue atmosphere, of course, this movie, for sure. They really did an impressive job to really make this movie stand out quite well, for sure, to still make it all the more creepy and of course, frightening, and of course, really scary at the same time, for sure. And they did accomplish that quite well, for sure. And yeah, pretty much of anything, pretty much from what I could gather, I really do admire what they actually did, for sure, with, of course, yeah, with, of course, some scary images that they actually popped up. But yeah, we actually do get pretty much frightened when we actually see them, for sure. And yeah, I will admit, some of them I wish could have been done a whole lot better, but the rest, I have to say, I really do think they did a bang-up job, hands down, for sure. So yeah, either way, I really do love what they did with the tongue atmosphere, of course, this movie, for sure. And I really do think they really have a whole lot going for hands down, that I really do think works quite well to the film's advantage, for sure. So yeah, and of course, the production design, as of course, one other thing I should mention is that, yeah, I really do love what they did with the production design, of course, this movie, from what I can gather. I think with, of course, pretty much a different location that they actually scoured out, for sure, to, of course, some nice set pieces that they actually put together. I really am convinced that they really have a whole lot going for hands down, and I really do admire what they actually did, for sure. So yeah. And I guess pretty much of anything, they really have a whole lot going for hands down, and even the having the time period, and of course this one have it be set in like the late 70s to early 80s, from what I can gather. Yeah, they really have a whole lot going for it. I really do love their commitment to really make this work quite well, and they did accomplish that quite well, in my opinion. So yeah, pretty much of anything, I really do admire what they actually did, and even a good number of visuals and effects, I will have to say. I really do think they really did a bang-up job, hands down, for sure. And yeah, I am really convinced that they actually did pull off a lot of hardworking effort to really make those work quite well, and yeah, they did accomplish that quite well in my opinion. So yeah, and I guess even to all that, even with the amount of blood that they actually showcased to really earn that R rating, hands down, they really did really push it all out for sure. Yeah, they didn't go over the top with it. They kept it to a pretty much the bare basics, hands down for sure. And I really do love what they actually did for sure. So yeah, and that's definitely the one thing I do love and admire for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, even though it's not really that much for sure, but only kept it to the bare basics. Yeah, they really did a bang up job from what I could gather in showcasing the good minimum amount, or I guess a medium amount of course, blood and gory imagery to really earn that R rating for sure. And yeah, all that sort of stuff from what I can gather, so yeah, that's pretty much all I can say for that aspect in a nutshell. Now as for the direction of this film, yeah, obviously enough, I'm really glad that they brought back pretty much the director of the first film, Scott Derrickson, to direct this film, and yeah, pretty much from what I've actually seen, I really do think he is on his A game from what I can gather, hands down. I really do admire his commitment, hands down, and given to his background with, of course, directing a good bunch of horror movies and one Marvel movie, and I think you know the one I'm talking about for sure. So yeah, I really do think he has a whole lot going for him, of course, this one. And I really do love his commitment to really make this movie work quite well on his part, hands down. And yeah, Scott Derrickson, pretty much Scott Derrickson actually really did a bang up job with, of course, the directing he did, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much the cinematography in this film, I really do think is actually really quite impressive in my opinion. And yeah, I really do love the pretty much not only the really good camera shots that's given to us for sure, but the different styles as well, when it comes to shooting this movie for sure, pretty much going from digital to regular film for sure. Yeah, I think they really did a bang-up job, of course, on that front, and they really do capture, of course, the way films were shot in, like, the late 70s to early 80s, for sure, and yeah, I think they really did a bang-up job, and, of course, this one, for sure, and I really do love on what they actually did to really make it a massive standout, for sure, so yeah, and, of course, the A-ing, I have to say, yeah, I will admit, it is, of course, cut perfectly, hands down, with a good number of cuts that they actually did here and there to really flow this movie out quite well, for sure. And even the pacing, I have to say, is not that bad in my opinion, and really does match everything else that goes on throughout the course of this movie, hands down. So yeah. I guess given to all that for sure, I think that would get you the idea on what I can say about this movie as a whole for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, overall, Black Phone 2, in my opinion, I can't necessarily say it's actually as strong as, of course, the first movie, hands down. But do I still stand by my point in saying that I do think it's actually a really good movie? Actually, yes, I do, hands down. So yeah, like I said, I think there could have been some parts in it that could have used a little reworking here and there to really make this movie great. But I really do love some of the nice and unique ideas that they actually did to not only pretty much expand on, of course, what the first film did, but actually really keep the themes and ideas to really make this a massive standout to me. And yeah, that too alone, in my opinion, actually does make it a pretty good time for sure. I mean, okay, I can't necessarily say it's by all means a great movie for what it is, hands down, but I really do think it is actually a really good follow-up to the first Black Phone movie, hands down. And I really do think they did a bang-up job with, of course, this one for sure. And yeah, I really do think it is indeed a really good movie, in my opinion, that I really do think is well worth the watch, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess give it to all that for sure. Yeah, I really do like this movie for what it is, and I really do think it's worth the recommendation on my part, hands down. So yeah. Pretty much, if anything, I think you're gonna get yourself in for quite an interesting treat with, of course, this one for sure. And yeah, I really do think it is actually a real good time on my part. And yeah, definitely well worth the recommendation, in my opinion, at least, for sure. So yeah, give it to all of that. I'm glad I got to see this movie for what it is, and yeah. I can't necessarily say it's by all means great, but I do like it for what it is, hands down, and yeah, that's okay in my book, hands down. So yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So for my final score, yeah, I guess I'll be nice on this one. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 as my final score. So yeah, like I said, I can't necessarily say it's by all means a great movie for what it is, but I really do think it is actually a really good sequel to the first Black Phone movie that we actually got, and yeah, it did actually gave me a pretty good time, hands down, and I'm glad I got to experience it for what it is, hands down. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say, of course, that front. I really do like this movie for what it is, and it is definitely well worth checking out if you actually got the time. So yeah, and if that's something that you can definitely take a look at and see for yourself, then by all means, go ahead and do so. Trust me when I say that this is definitely one phone call that you do not want to miss anytime soon. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say about this movie as a whole. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and by all means, I want to ask all of you guys, what do you think of Black Phone 2 if you've actually seen it for yourself? Do you actually really enjoyed it and think you will love it as much as you love the first film, or do you absolutely hate it and you think the first film doesn't deserve a sequel in the slightest? Or are you somewhere in between where you think it's just okay for sure? So yeah, let me know what you thought of this movie down in the comments down below. I would love to know what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much all what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and whew, now that I finally got that off my chest, it looks like I'm finally caught up now for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I'm glad I finally got to do this double feature for sure, and yeah, pretty much of the movies I've talked about this time around, yeah, it feels good to finally get them off my chest for sure. So yeah, that means I can now pretty much return to what I normally do when it comes to new movies for sure. Unless some things change from what I can gather. Like I said, I've got a lot going on, hands down, so I gotta make sure to really do some stuff that will fit into my schedule quite well. So yeah, and I guess I'll wrap until my next convention, hands down. I hope all of you guys are looking forward to my next videos that'll be coming up, revolving around Retro Game Con for sure. At least right up until I'll announce on my next convention, Kinshoku-Con, later on down the road, but you'll definitely have to wait and see later on, so yeah, that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. But until that happens, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamAttack4427's, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.